Hey, it's Scott Fox from ClickMillionaires.com. Today we've got a website review for you. It's about WoodlandArchery.com. Click Millionaires member Jeremy has asked me to take a look at this site for him, and here's what I found. We're going to be talking about web design, usability, user interface, maybe a little copywriting, and even some search engine optimization, all with the goal of helping Jeremy grow his business at WoodlandArchery.com. So let's take a look around and see what you think of WoodlandArchery.com along with me. What we've got here is a website that sells archery equipment. It looks like it's an archery dealer based in central Kansas, and they sell things like, let's see, up here we can see that there's bows and tomahawks, different kinds of kits, some books, frequently asked questions, and what's new. Well, that's a good start there, Jeremy. You've made it pretty clear what you've got going on. You've got a nice Pawnee legend referenced here. The moon gave us the bow and the sun gave us the arrow. There's obviously a Native American influence here, and as I recall, you're a Native American yourself, so this is really nice because it speaks to your personal interests and your own background. It positions you well as an expert. But the goal here really is to sell some bows and tomahawks. So let's see how well the site does this. Let's look around here. Now we've got what is woodland archery? Some bullet points. We've got a real nice illustration here of a woodland warrior with a longbow. Something about your warranty, and then there's an email sign-up list, contact info, and some PayPal stuff down here at the bottom. Okay, well, obviously this is a pretty basic site. You know, Jeremy asked for my review here, and of course, as nice as this site or any of the sites are that we review when I do these website video reviews, my job is not to compliment, but to take it apart. So I'm going to pick on Jeremy a little bit here, but don't forget he asked for this. So here's what I think, Jeremy. You've got a nice site here, and I think it's time for you to upgrade. Now, you're obviously thinking the same thing because you asked me to review it, but let's start at the beginning. What could you upgrade? Now, obviously, you could go and spend a fortune and do a total redesign. And I have an idea about a cost-effective way for you to do that, but I'm going to save that till the end. Let's talk about working with what you have. You're looking to make a little money here. This is kind of a side business for you, as I understand. So what can you do that's within reason without going crazy to upgrade this site? Well, I guess I'd start with the visuals. This strikes me as a very plain site, very sort of old school in its minimalism, and that's actually kind of cool. You don't see sites like this much anymore. You've got this great illustration over here, though, like I said, of this woodland warrior. I'd put this guy up at the top. You need some visuals here. What you've really got is a really interesting set of products, a very historically accurate designs of these sort of primitive weapons. It's just visually very interesting to me. I noticed over here on the tomahawks page, for example, here's some tomahawks that you make. These are hard plastic training tomahawks, and I've never seen anybody sell these before. So I would think that the visitors that you attract here, well, they're going to be excited to see these products. And I think if you want to sell more, you need to get your products out on the home page. Now here I clicked on the bows page example, which I would have thought is your main product line, because this is an archery site. And here, at least above the fold, there are no pictures. There are a bunch of links here to different kinds of bows, but I want to see some products, man. If you want to sell me something, you got to show me what you've got. Over here, there's another nice illustration that you've gotten from somewhere of a Native American warrior. Very cool. But each one of these links, you've got here Japanese Samurai Kyoto longbows. Wow, what's that? I'd like to see a picture of that. And I'll bet you if we click on this, we'll find a picture. At least I'm hoping so. Okay, there's a picture. Good. That's a start. But why not bring that out a level? You need thumbnails at least, and ideally big graphics that appeal to people, that inspire them to click like I just did. Now there we've got a problem. I found a broken link for you, 404. Let's see. That was over here. I clicked on home from this page of the samurai style bow, and that was a 404. So that's a real problem. We're going to have to go back a couple pages manually here so we can get back to your home page. So you might want to run a little links check there, my friend. Now the other big thing here, I think, in addition to putting some pictures, a bunch more pictures, and making it more of a product focus, is to put some personality in it. You've got this nice motif of these old, that looks like sort of prints, perhaps, of Native American warriors. Very cool motif, but I'd like to see you and some of your customers as well. And that was one of the things I noticed was really missing here. It's pretty much standard these days to have an About Us section. You have a really interesting story to tell, Jeremy. You're a Native American. I know that you're also a pastor to the local Native American communities. You told me that in the Click Millionaires forum. And this site you're doing is it's partially a tribute to your Native American heritage. I mean, That's cool stuff, brother. And most folks don't have any angle like that. So I would really encourage you to step out from behind the curtain a little and personalize this. And here's a way to do that. Of course, you need an About Us section like I just suggested. That will make the site more personable and appealing. But also, when you do the product photos, it would be great if they're not just the bow laying on the grass like we showed a minute ago, but they might actually be you or your friends demonstrating these. And that would be really a lot more interesting, I think, visually. Then, the next step, of course, video. You don't have any video here that I could see, so I'd put some videos of people actually using this stuff. Now, I'll bet you've got some great video available because you say right here on the homepage that this is for, I can't find it now. Yeah, here we go, reenactors. Right? So you probably are selling these things to folks who dress up in costume and use these tools. What great video, what great photos. You've got a really rich source of material there that could really differentiate this site. Very cool. Just by the way, quick legal note, be sure to get the rights to any photographs that you do use and make sure that the people that give you those photographs sign over the rights both to the photographs and to their likenesses if you're going to use them online. Now let's get a little more technical here. Let's talk about, well, let me sum that up. The point here is you're trying to sell products. I need to see the products. You need to get them out on the home page. You need them to be visually interesting, and they need to lead directly to purchase as quickly as possible. You don't want people wandering around. Every page on a website should be seen really as an infomercial, as leading them towards something specific. In this case, you're going to try to sell your bows or your tomahawks or whatever it is, and those products need to be up front and lead right to sales. The other big thing I see missing on this homepage, by the way, is your email collector. Now, I perhaps overstated that. It's not missing. The problem is it's just way down here. This is a really big deal because I would think that people that are into this sort of product, they're probably really into it. And I can't imagine you have a whole lot of competition. So if you could get an email list going, I would really recommend that because people are going to want to hear from you. Your prices are reasonably priced. For example, right here, Bare Bones Bows, a fully functional, well-tillered longbow, starting at $55. Now, I don't know what well-tillered means, but it sounds good, and it must be worth at least $55. So this seems like pretty affordable products. You should use an email list to really get these people involved and engaged with your products. So the point is, I would move this sign up above the fold, get it up on top, and offer something for sign up, like an ebook that shows pictures of people using these tools, or the story behind the famous longbows of Robin Hood and his merry men, or something, that feeds people's interest and passion for this topic. Okay, now let's talk about search engine optimization, because that's an important part of a site like this. You're going to really dominate, I think, if you have search engine optimized site, because again, I doubt you have a lot of competition. So first of all, the site's called Woodland Archery. Okay, you've got some archery words in there. That's a good start. But I notice up in the upper left-hand corner, which I guess is just off screen, it just says Woodland Archery up in the left-hand top corner. That means the title tags of your pages aren't being reflected in the meta tags that you need in order for the search engines to categorize the pages correctly. Now I'm going to go back to the bows page for a second. So it says Woodland Archery's incredible line of bows. That's a little better because at least you've got bows there. Good search engine optimization tip, Jeremy, and anybody else listening, put the keywords first. So I would say bows, hyphen or colon, from Woodland Archery, the best ones in the world or whatever. But get that bows up there right up front. And on every page should have a title that leads with the keywords that you're trying to attract search engine traffic for. Now you've got stuff here like, look, Native American flat bows or Penobscot double bow. I mean, there can't be a lot of competition for those keywords. So if you create pages like this Penobscot double bow, and here it says Penobscot bow, that's good. And the first words on the page, Penobscot coastal Native American double bow. That's good. But even better would be to narrow it down, Penobscot double bow, a favorite or classic of coastal Native Americans. The problem, you see, is that this phrase is so long, it's not likely anybody's going to match that exactly. And the best way to get good search engine rankings is for your pages to contain the exact same phrases that people are typing into Google. So if you redo this to say Penobscot double bow, assuming that's the phrase, and then save all the extra modifiers like coastal Native American for the next line, that will probably help in a little way your search engine optimization. The other thing I wanted to point out was that your navigation here is actually pretty good for SEO because it says Bows. Well, what's behind there? Well, it's bows. That's exactly what it is, and Google will get that and it will help categorize correctly. So that's something you did right. Tomahawks? Well, that's tomahawks. But what are kits? You might want to give that a little longer name. Oh, it's a bow making kit. I see. So you might want to call it that, bow making kit, in your navigation menu up here. Because again, that's a big clue for Google. So I hope that's helpful for you, Jeremy. I think this is a really cool site. I think you've identified a really excellent niche that overlaps your passion with a really interesting niche audience that isn't going to have a lot of other availability for these products. So I hope that some of these tips are helpful to you, because I'd really like to see this site take off. And since you're a clickmillionaires.com member, I'll be seeing you again in the forum real soon, and we'll talk about it some more. If you're just watching this video from somewhere else on the web and you'd like a video review like this, well, think about joining clickmillionaires.com. Members get these reviews for free. Or you can visit expertwebsitereviews.com and sign up for your own. Thanks for tuning in today. I'm Scott Fox from clickmillionaires.com.